Let's talk about the afterlife. Why do I keep saying that the ones that have crossed over, the souls of your departed loved one that have crossed over, they can no longer come and be here on this planet with you. They can send you signs, but they cannot be present with you. They cannot just be next to you. They're not around you all the time. Let me explain things. So I've made a video that explains where is the afterlife. I'll also talk about the different steps of the afterlife in this video. Let me try to explain things maybe in a little bit more with a scientific point of view. Imagine your soul that is in its body right now. It's currently vibrating at 95.1, like a radio station. I'm making that number up just to give you an example. And one day, you will die. And when that happens, your soul is going to step outside of its body. When it steps outside of its body, it will still, for a little bit, remain at 95.1. It will still vibrate at that frequency. But eventually, the body is no longer there to maintain that frequencies. And the soul is just trying to figure out, how do I maintain those frequencies so I can continue interacting with my loved ones? But the most likely scenario is that it's going to be pulled into another dimension that I like to call the afterlife. It will be pulled into that dimension that has a higher frequencies. And so when it is pulled through it and it gets to be in that dimension that is the afterlife, it is suddenly asked to elevate. It is asked to vibrate at 103.7. So it goes from 95.1 to 103.7. There's many different steps that happens during that period of time. I have talked about it in my video, Where is the Afterlife? And also the steps of the afterlife video. That said, the soul arrives on the other side and it is going through a life review, it is going through a healing. And during the healing, this is when it is made to shift its frequencies so that it can adapt to its new environment. Now, us here on Earth are remaining at 95.1, but the soul of your departed loved one has grown. It's at 103.7. It is higher and it is bigger, but it can no longer come back and be here in 95.1. The frequencies no longer match. Does that make sense? This is why your loved ones are not always around you or here with you unless they have not crossed over, which is not a good thing. But if not, they are higher. They are bigger. It's what we want for them. You don't want your loved ones to just remain here. You want them to just move on, to just really become the souls that they should be, to regain all their memories from all their past lives, to reunite with their higher self, to learn to grow. That is the goal of our soul once we get to the other side. Now you might be like, well, Mallory, I can feel my loved ones. I have gotten many signs. You're absolutely 100% right. When a soul is vibrating at 103.7, it can send us signs. It just cannot be here. And the signs can come in many different ways. They can be through song. They can be through sounds. They can be through smells. Sometimes dreams. Those are easy things for them to penetrate within our frequencies. But they cannot be here. And you might say, well, Mallory, I know that when my aunt was passing, she saw her mother. And she talked about her mother being in the room. Well, her mother died 20 years ago. Isn't she crossed over? Yes. At the time when somebody is passing, the tunnel to the other dimension, to the afterlife, is starting to open. And so at that moment in time, the souls that know their loved one is passing might choose to come through and be there within that entrance. They're not here in the room with our loved ones, but that doorway is open because the soul of your loved ones eventually, once it steps outside of its body, will make the choice to just follow. So when you have a loved one that is passing and is talking about their mother or their father or their brothers that has passed, they are very likely actually seeing them because the portal, the doorway is open. And a brief understanding of why your departed loved ones, the souls that have crossed, will not be here around you. So don't let anybody tell you that. I know it's a way to make people feel better, and I understand that. But it is better for you to just think of them as bigger, as larger, because it's what you want for them. This is how we love them after death. Now, let's take a medium. I bring you more grounded approach, psychic world.